Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hunters of all ages and monsters of all stages, I'm DB Sinclair and I welcome you all to the 2K Turtle Rock Studios live stream. This is the throwdown that you've all been waiting for, 2K versus Turtle Rock. This is a potentially three-stage event. Stage one will be 2K on the Hunters versus Turtle Rock's monster, the Gentleman Squirrel. And with me on the show today, the guest star of the show, bringing that casting and that analysis, the man with the hat, the coachess with the mostest, Coach Yeri.
DB, good to be here.
Good to have you on the stream, Coach Yeri.
Thank you.
I know that everybody out there has been wanting you to get up here on the stream and talk about Evolve, and I'm happy to have you here today.
It's always a pleasure to be here with you.
That said, just wanted to let everybody out there on the stream know that our friend Jay Party is no longer working at 2K. With that said, though, the show must go on, and also with that said, we do wish him the best of luck in all his future endeavors. But we're going to carry on and jump right into the game here. This is going to be a game of Hunt. The format for this throwdown of throwdowns is a 4-game series. We start with, as I mentioned before, 2K on the Hunters, right, with Turtle Rock on the Monster. Potentially one of these sides can win 4 games here, Coach.
Absolutely.
So what happens then is once we go ahead and do our follow-up stream with Turtle Rock on the Hunters and 2K on the Monster, what you're going to see then is another 4-game series where the team that doesn't come out on top today has an opportunity to balance that back out. And if we are eventually tied at 4 games apiece following that second live stream, we're going to go to a best-of-3 showdown.
Exactly. I'm really excited, DB. I think it's going to be quite a throwdown between 2 really good teams. Obviously, between 2K and TRS, you've got the guys who've been playing this game the longest and the strongest for a long time.
Yeah, I agree. And that's what the people want, and that's what hopefully we're going to deliver to them today. They've been asking for the 2K Turtle Rock Studios showdown, and I think part of that has to do with us getting on here and being able to talk about the game and play the game at a pretty high level, but also talking up our A-teams as well and talking about how these guys play the game on a regular basis. And I'm not keen to the Turtle Rock strategies coming into this tournament. That's the beauty of it, is that's on their side.
Yes.
And we're going to see 2 different strategies coming at each other head-to-head, face-to-face. For what is not the first time, though, Coach Boach, there is a running history of battles between 2K and Turtle Rock Studios. And I want to talk to you about the first one and get your take on that first one we did. The first time we ever showed Evolve off on U.S. soil was at the Dog Patch in San Francisco, and our 2K A-team at that time took on the legend, Chris Ashton, in what was a pretty exciting match.
Absolutely.
So take the viewers through that match here as the Hunters drop in on the dropship.
Well, the Hunters that you have here was actually pretty much almost to a man, I believe, that same team that fell to Chris Ashton, the creative director of Turtle Rock Studios, the very first time that we showed off Team A and Goliath. Chris did a very good job of using stealth to his advantage and took out our team by surprise rather quickly. It was a harrowing match. I think our guys have learned a lot since then. But at the same time, you know, I think for myself, for you, DB, and for the all of our Twitch watchers, I think that the thing that we're looking for the most here is just a really good match.
That's right, Coach. And the thing about that, though, is we've actually had some more opportunities to play Turtle Rock Studios at their own game, if you will. And the last one, though, the reigning champs, if you will, is actually 2K. And that is based on a throwdown we had at PAX Prime with Brill from Turtle Rock Studios on the Monster and our Hunter A-team from 2K. They threw down, and the 2K Hunter A-team came out on top.
That's right. In that matchup, I think it was a close match. Brill, definitely was at somewhat of a disadvantage compared to his normal play style. He was using controller when normally he's a mouse and keyboard kind of guy.
Good point.
So I do think that the cards were stacked against him in that case. But here we've got people playing to their strengths. So let's see how they do. Yeah.
So you mentioned mouse and keyboard versus controller, Coach. At Turtle Rock, they are primarily, from what I've seen, mouse and keyboard. You're seeing a mouse and keyboard monster here, but you're seeing hunters on controllers right now. And look at that beam team doing such a great job of keeping that assault in the fight and up in the Kraken's face. So what we're seeing here from Turtle Rock, from the Gentleman Squirrel, is a Kraken. And what we're seeing from our hunter squad here at 2K is Maggie and Daisy on Trapper. We've got Markov on Assault, Val and Hank on Medic and Support.
I think that Val was the right choice to bring against Kraken. You know, she's got her Trank gun going for her there. That's critical to keep Kraken low and to the ground in the middle of those arena fights. And I think that Ben the whole shoe on Val for 2K is one of our best.
Yeah, aspiring medics out there, take note and take watch here at the whole shoe. That's Ben, as Coach Boach mentioned, on the medic. He is a fiend with that Trank gun.
He's very good. I think that he shows that an adept controller player can give a mouse and keyboard player a run for their money anytime.
Indeed, indeed. You're seeing some damage, and it looks like they took the armor down fully, but not a lot of health damage to the monster so far. We're seeing the Trapper here pursue the footprints. Very rainy day here at the fusion plant. So the rest of the way that this format of this throwdown is structured is that I mentioned before, this is a 4-game series with either team potentially taking 4 wins out of this. This time we have 2K on the Hunters with Turtle Rock on the Monster. We've also have some special rules in the rule set. We have no perks at the beginning, no mastery of perks, and no elite wildlife perks here in this game mode. But what you are seeing, though, is that the weather in the planet Sheer does not necessarily cooperate with your wishes all the time.
Absolutely. But here we see that our Trapper, Scott, has been able to contain him pretty much right out of the cocoon there, although he was able to get a whole bunch of armor up in those few precious moments between staging up in this next arena fight.
Yeah, that was nice. I'm assuming what he did there was potentially kill some wildlife before he went and involved, and then he had those basically free meat sitting there waiting for him once he was at stage 2.
You've got a lot of marsh striders, and you've got some of the reavers there in that canyon area on the side of the plant.
Clutch healing and shielding on the oh no, yikes. That's the medic down. The medic was trying to get around to Assault and keep Assault back up. There goes Assault down. That's 2 down. Support, you see the Cloak is on cooldown. He already used that earlier trying to get away from the Kraken. What they wanted to do there, Coach Boach, early on is take that Crowbill Sloth out of the action.
Absolutely. That Crowbill was deadly. And then here at the end, you got Support trying to do the revives. A couple of key hits from the Krakens, keeping him off of the medic, and that's really detrimental. You got Daisy coming in there, might get a revive in. That looks good. We got Daisy came in, got some guys up behind, but now Support's down. Yeah, a couple strikes on the team here. Support gets sneak pounced. Support is down. Daisy's down as well. He could play very aggressive right now with practically full health and strikes on at least 3 of them. And here Markov's pounced as well. Markov already has 1 strike. He's trying to do some damage here. Right now, Coach, as the Assault, you really, yeah. Take a look there. Trapper's still dealing with a pack of trap jaws. Yeah, so Trapper getting pushed back off of the fight as Assault hanging in there barely by the skin of his teeth, just trying to do damage. Did a little bit of damage there, popped the shield at the right time, but who knows, you could see a sneaky monster pick one of these guys off right now. They are pretty spread out. And right here at the start of stage 2, I mean, effectively, if the Hunters go down here, this is pretty much a wildlife win. Yeah, absolutely. When you find yourself in that mobile arena and you find yourself in potentially what is a bad dome, as we like to say, and meaning a bad dome, meaning you don't have your height advantage that you need, or you're stuck in there with some aggressive wildlife, you want to take care of that wildlife first and then focus on the monster. Otherwise, it's going to be a quick victory for the monster and for the wildlife, as you saw there. And what I love most about this, Coach Boach, about putting this throwdown together, is that these 2 sides came out like boxers in a boxing match. I consider that round 1 of a 4-round match right now, right? And that's what I'm enjoying about the structure that we put together so far, is that they're not going to go 3 and out and then be done. They have a potential of picking off a round, like a boxer gets that late round points against him, and has a potential to do some damage in the later rounds, which is going to be our stage 2, if you will, of this throwdown. So
as I mentioned, comparing it to a boxing match, they were really feeling each other out right there and trying to figure out like what kind of game they're going to play. And as you saw from the monster, once he had the advantage with that wildlife helping him on his side and the hunters not dealing with it right away and taking some early strikes, even though he had no armor, he had practically full health, he was able to be very aggressive with the hunters.
Yeah, I think that they were very aggressive coming at the monster out of that stage 2 fight. Unfortunately, like you said, bad dome. With the wildlife in play there, pretty much these guys took it on the chin, and they took it hard.
Yeah, and I mean, that's going to happen, especially when you're a hunter team wanting to size up your monster opponent. You really need to bring it to them. Chasing them and not fighting them at the earlier stages is going to... You're going to have no idea what kind of fight they're going to be bringing you later on. So I think it's not necessarily as bad of a loss as it looked like, because I'm assuming from these guys, I know them all pretty well, they're going to learn a lot from that fight, and they're going to bring what they learned into this next one here.
Absolutely, absolutely. Like a boxing match, you know, ultimately, if you can get that one final knockout blow, the match is yours. It always comes down to the wire. That's the thing I love the most about working on Evolve, playing Evolve, is it's not over till it's over.
Absolutely, and also what you're going to see too is potentially some character changes, which is another beautiful thing of Evolve, is that they lost with that particular lineup that they had, and that might have been their like, hey, let's see what he does against this lineup and see if this works. Okay, no, it didn't. What do we need to change? And it looks like there's going to be some changes already, as it looks like Assault is going to change and switch it up to Hyde. So you're going to see some of that flamethrower damage, potentially some toxic grenades, and that minigun. And it looks like they're going to be going against the Wraith, Coach Boach. I'm ready to buckle in and check out Game 2.
Well, you know I like the Wraith there.
I know you do.
Yes.
I know you do. Lots of Wraith fans out there as well. Keep watching. Keep evolving. Let's do this, Coach Boach.
Let's do it.
Oh, and with that said, Coach Boach, what we are watching now is the intro video for this particular character. As I'm sure the stream's noticed, Gentleman Squirrel rolling with a full level 40 profile here, while our guys here are rolling with fresh level 1 profiles. There's no discount to them, though, because we did turn off the perks. We did turn off mastery. So it's really coming down to characters versus characters here.
Exactly. This is an even playing field.
Yeah, even playing field. And so because Nick switched from Markov to Hyde, he got that intro video. So when you play those characters for the first time and you're checking them out, say you've been playing Markov early on and you unlock Hyde for the first time, you're going to get to see that cool video, check out what he's all about, and then jump right in. And then from then on out, you can jump right into the game.
You know what I love is going into that video gallery afterwards. You go into the extras menu, go to video gallery. Not only can you rewatch some of those intro videos, you also have the opportunity to see advanced videos crafted with premier strategies from both the 2K and the Turtle Rock organizations, who are saying, hey, you know what? You've learned a little bit about Hyde. You've learned what he can do. Here's how you bring your A game next time, with some advanced tips for flushing monsters out, for getting right up in their face with the flamethrower.
Yeah, absolutely. A true privilege to be able to bring that stuff to the fans out there and to share our knowledge with them. That's been my absolute favorite part of this whole experience, is being able to share what we've learned and hopefully pass it on and make some pretty good hunters and monsters out there. Hey, what up, Prodigy? Shout out to Prodigy. Thanks for watching the stream. And obviously, thanks to everybody watching the stream right now. We love you guys. We love you guys tuning in. And so far, so good. A pretty good, entertaining round of Evolve for those out there tuning in. And you can multi-twitch this as well for those of you at home and want to catch the monster point of view as well. If you go to multitwitch.tv/Turtle Rock Studios /Evolve game, you can multi-twitch both points of view. Really cool way to watch Evolve.
I love that we're doing that this time. I think that it really ups the game and shows that Evolve's fun to watch no matter which perspective you're watching it, be it from the hunter's perspective or the monster's perspective.
Absolutely. Ashimosity, what up, girl? Welcome to the stream. All right, so far so good for the hunters, not falling victim to much of the wildlife yet, Coach Boach. The medic keeping the team healed up there. That's one thing to point out as a very important part of gameplay in Evolve is that this is a resourceless game. You don't have mana that you're relying on. You're just relying on cooldowns. And obviously, some of these abilities you want to save for the perfect moment, especially those class abilities, because they do tend to have a long cooldown. But that said, if you are the medic and your team is low on health, you should constantly be popping that heal burst to top your teammates off and yourself.
Absolutely, and I do think that given what happened last round, you're going to see that this team's going to be playing even more conservatively. So you're going to see the medic, in this case, making sure that their team is topped up at all times during the game. Now, my concern, though, is that against the Wraith, a lot of times you really want to come out swinging against Wraith, try to find them early, get them trapped early, and oftentimes in order to do that, you need to be running and gunning as fast as possible, health be damned. And I think that they've really come into a bit of a pickle here in that their instinct is to be conservative based on the previous loss, but the reality against Wraith is sometimes you don't want to do that.
Brilliant analysis, Coach Boach. I'm stoked to have you here. I know the kids are as well. Man, and speaking of being damned, Coach Boach, here we are at the Dam.
The Dam is one of my favorite maps in that it offers that unique sight line down the river.
Yep.
You know, what we've seen in a lot of advanced play is that the Trapper will kind of hug the center line of the map, waiting for the rest of the hunting team to coax the monster out into that kind of central river area and then trap them.
Yep. And that's what it looks like they're trying to do here, as the Trapper is indeed going up and down that river area, like you mentioned. The rest of the team, though, should probably try and split up at this point. That's a good way to catch the Wraith, is to use that pincer maneuver. A nice abduction on Assault. Nicely done there. Assault gets dropped down into the pool of water and struggles to get back up. It looks like they got the dome. This could be a tough dome, Coach, as the height advantage here might be in favor of the Wraith.
Yeah, no, absolutely not good. You had your support caught out there at the top. Everybody else is down.
Yep, and tough toxic grenade as well, slowing the team down. It's giving them a hard time to basically get in there and recover from this. Support's still down. Daisy gets him up finally, so you have a strike on support. The rest of the team hanging in there, Coach. Oh, a nice barrage.
Pretty good barrage there.
All of the armor down, finally working on the health. So nicely done. Nice recovery by the Hunter team.
I can see me fucking guts.
This is where is where you can hear in the chatter behind me, you can hear the conflict. You've got pretty much like half the team saying, let's hang back, get healed, you know, let's get ourselves back to full health and then go back in there. That said, you know, everyone knows that the longer the match goes on, the stronger the monster becomes. So if you're not getting those early hits and if you're not whittling that health down over time, stage 3 against the Wraith is going to be really challenging.
Yeah, Assault trying to rush in and do some permanent damage, which is the ideal goal of being a hunter, is getting that forward progress, doing that permanent damage, but not at the risk of getting those down penalties and getting separated from your team and being an easy target, which is what they were trying to communicate to him there. Hold up, let's get the team topped off with health and then push. And you're doing that at the risk-reward of the monster potentially farming and getting that armor up. So it's a tough decision that you have to make as a hunter in that position.
Exactly, and they're taking into account the fact that they've got abduction. That Brandon's taken abduction into the fight here, and they know that abduction strategically gives him an opportunity, if he can get a good key abduction off, to take one of them and bring them back, you know, pretty far from the rest of the group. And if that person isn't at full health, the amount of time to go get to that person and get the get Wraith off of them is not going to be enough, and they are going to get another down penalty. Every down penalty that they get before stage 3 is going to make that stage 3 fight that much harder.
Indeed, and this is coming from the guy who pulled off the abduction of all abductions, which was pretty famous on the internet for a while, Coach Boach. So congratulations on that, showing the kids how to pull off a legendary abduction. Coach, do you think Brandon has that type of abduction up his sleeve?
I know that Brandon is definitely the premier monster player at Turtle Rock Studios. I think that anything that anyone here at 2K has learned about best practices in playing the monster, we've obviously taken a page or two out of the Turtle Rock playbook, so and Brandon's been a key writer of that.
Absolutely, absolutely. And a key supporter of the content that's being out there now with streaming the game and playing with the guys that are out there now with preview code and really like dropping knowledge on those guys. Just trying to get them to up their game to like the next level, which is awesome.
And not only that content, but also the content of the game itself. These are Brandon's babies. Brandon is one of the core team of monster designers.
Yeah.
And so when he's playing as Wraith, playing as Kraken, these are characters out, right out of the brain of Turtle Rock, and Brandon's really a key person in that as a character modeler and designer.
Right. So essentially, Coach Boach, he's got another level of aggression here. Is that our hunter team is attacking his creations, his babies.
That's right. That's right. He wants to protect those babies at all costs.
Nice. Speaking of perks, earlier we mentioned that we have outlawed or banned, if you will, perks and mastery in this. But we were having lunch earlier, Coach Boach, and we realized that not all perks were banned. Your faster feeding perk is something that you apparently grew up with and now have permanently in your adulthood.
That's right, DB. I've been
amazing.
I've been told that I'm a very fast eater, and I attribute it almost fully to my love of another great 2K franchise, Civilization. I was a Civ addict growing up, and my one more turn was always would take me away from the dinner table. But my parents were pretty strict. They said that I couldn't leave until I finished my plate, and so I would just scramble to eat as quickly as possible so I could get that next turn in on Civ.
Nice. And nicely done by the hunters here. You see
Absolutely.
those harpoons, Coach? They had the Wraith locked down, dropped a good barrage, brought his armor down, but they still need to do more damage. Trying to do it there is Hyde with the flamethrower. So far, so good in this fight. This is a good fight for the hunters.
Absolutely.
Doesn't look like a lot of dangerous wildlife, though. And Medic goes
is down, though. Whenever Medic's down, you've got a serious detriment to the health and well-being of the hunting party.
The Medic is up, though. Trapper down. Down comes the mobile arena, but look, they have the Wraith to half health. Nicely done there. A lot of good damage on the Wraith, a lot of good permanent damage. You do see support on 2 strikes, Trapper on a strike, and Medic on a strike.
That support in this team being on 2 strikes very could be very deadly at stage 3. That Orbital is going to be key to finishing the Wraith off in the stage 3, and if the Wraith can get an early abduction at the start of the final stage 3 fight and get support. Oh, there he goes. He tries to get him. Did he get it?
Yep.
He did get him. That's exactly the problem right there.
That's what they want to do. That's what he wants to do.
And down goes support. Now, if they had brought Lazarus into the fight, that might not be the end right there. But with Val, he's out for 1 minute at this point.
Yeah, Assault abducted as well. Dropped down below. That's tough, Coach Boach, because Assault there with that high ground up there. Gets abducted and then gets dropped down in the pit.
Exactly.
Oh, nicely done by the Wraith. So far, so good. He's focusing Medic now, looking to focus Medic down. Nicely done by the Wraith.
You can hear the hunters debating about who's going to run, who's going to stay.
Yeah, which is definitely a crucial decision
this is,
now.
Abduction. Yep, perfect abduction in the middle of a revive.
Nicely done. Yeah, trying to revive the Medic. Gets abducted right off of the body. This
25 seconds. The best that can happen right here. Nope. Yep. If Scott's got to live for another 18 seconds, no revives happening. Assault's still back up. That's good. That's good. Assault's. This is perfect. Yep. Good revive. Good revive by the Trapper. Medic's back up.
And look at that, Coach. Even with the Hunter team falling like they are, the Wraith's health is very low. Coach Boach almost giving a nod to J-Party there. As we mentioned before, J-Party no longer with 2K, but we do wish him the best of luck in his future endeavors.
Okay,
and with that said, we are here in a really good fight of Evolve. As you see the abduction coming in and it misses. Holshoe goes for the Trank there as they are trying to get up to the generator area. Dropship coming in. This is going to be close, Coach.
This is very, very close. Again, like I said, if support can get back in here and get at least 1 orbital in, that's going to maybe be the game changer for these guys. Until then, they're going to be playing super conservatively. They're going to start turtling up here at the dam area. Dam, very good, I think gives a little bit of an advantage to the hunting team here in this final round. That said, Brandon has just been playing phenomenally as the Wraith this round, so I'm expecting good things. I'm expecting that if he can get a critical abduction on either support or even Daisy to take them out of the fight, he's just going to keep picking them off and get any one of them down, and if he can get either support or Daisy down, or even Assault, if you can get him down and away from the main area, I do think that this is going to tip the scales in Wraith's favor.
Yeah, definitely, and you see the Trapper laying down the traps there. That's their only trap character on this team, so that's very crucial for the Trapper to do. But as you can see, Assault, very dangerous and close to the edge there, and I think, like you mentioned, Brandon's best move right here, right now, is abducting him off, dropping him down below, and being able to pick him off from the rest of the team.
Here he comes. There goes that abduction attempt. Was failed, though.
Yeah, and it missed, so nicely done there by the Hunters to avoid that. That's why you want to leave a little bit of jetpack fuel in your jetpack to dodge those abductions. Here he comes. Looks like it's a decoy.
That was I feel like that was a misfire.
Yeah, misfire on the Orbital barrage. Here he comes, going after support. He knows support is on 2 strikes. That would be a good target to take down. The team very close together right now, Coach. They need to spread out, in my opinion, especially against the Wraith. You do big damage against multiple targets. As you can see, focusing the medic now. Here comes Assault trying to do damage. They need to get that armor down, and then they'll be in good shape.
Wraith is liberally using that warp blast as well to kind of do area of effect damages to multiple people at the same time. Yeah, Trapper knows he's down. Trapper knows that if somebody goes to try to revive him, it's going to be a trap for the Wraith.
Yeah, another decoy. Wraith behind, waiting for the body, waiting for Daisy. Takes Daisy out. Now we're on Assault and Support and Medic trying to get that heal gun.
Waiting for that Orbital to come back in.
Yep,
I'm telling you, one key Orbital from these guys could be a game changer.
Orbital ready. Assault doing pretty good damage so far with that flamethrower. Here comes the decoy. Basically right when you see that decoy pop right in front of you.
There's that Orbital.
Yes, nice Orbital, does a bit of damage. You want to flail that flamethrower around so that you're doing damage to the decoy and the actual Wraith. Down to Assault here. Trapper on the ground. And this is close. Finishes the decoy off. Nope. Yes, he does. Misses the pounce and gets it there. Yep. Winner, winner, monster dinner.
Wraith all the way. That was an excellent match. Well played by both sides. I really do feel like that. You know, you can look at the start of that match. You can look at the first 3 minutes of that match where the Hunter team was debating as to whether or not to go hard or go more conservatively. I think they ultimately may have chosen the wrong choice, and you know, another win for Brandon.
Yeah, nice play by Brandon, really showing off that abduction skill. Oh, man, exciting times here.
Absolutely.
We're going to head to Game 3. And how we've been doing it is, as far as the structure goes as well, is we've been giving the map choice to the Hunters, which is what we're going to do through the entire 3-stage tournament, if you will, until we get to the best of 3, which would only happen if they go 4-4 here. So right now, 2 games to Turtle Rock on this 4-game series here with 2K on the Hunters and Turtle Rock on the Monster. But yeah, so exciting so far. But what we've been doing, that's what I was getting at, Coach Boach, is that the map choice is up to the Hunters on the Hunter side this time, and then on the Turtle Rock Hunter side the next time.
That's right.
They'll be able to pick matches. So it looks like our Hunter squad has picked Orbital Drill. This is the game mode Hunt. No perks, no mastery, and no elite wildlife perks here. And I'm excited to see what the lineup is here so far, because going from the Kraken to the Wraith, we had a switch up on the Assault character. There's so much potential for more switches here in the next few games.
Absolutely. I am interested to see whether or not they stick with the same medic this time around. I do know that as far as Trapper goes, Abe is also a possibility for a future choice from Scott. I do anticipate that Hank will probably make another appearance, as Andy is definitely that's his choice character to use.
Yeah.
The other thing that I'm interested in is to see how other teams, once we launch this February 10th, choose to run their tournaments as well. You know, we have chosen to do this this kind of perkless, balanced approach to this best of tournament. It really focuses on the skill of the players for each of the characters. That said, I really enjoy having the elites in the mix there because
Sure.
You know, the elite wildlife can often give a team that also has a strong understanding of map configuration and the location of possible elites an advantage, and it also provides a second level of strategy that I really find enjoyable.
Absolutely. Coach Moch, I was having a hard time paying attention to your analysis there because I'm playing Evolve Hunter's Quest. I don't know about you guys. If you're living under a rock, you might not know about this game, but this is a match 3 game where you can take to the planet share, take the hunters against some wildlife and some monsters, and actually earn mastery that's going to go towards your real game of Evolve on the consoles and the PC. Forgive me, Coach Boach, I'm matching over here. I'm trying to take out a Reaver and what looks like a Venom Hound. So a little distracted. But the good thing is, though, Coach Boach, is you know, I can do this on my free time. And it will go towards my game when I'm ready to play Evolve on February 10th.
You know, not only is your mastery transferring, but the way that we've thought about Hunter's Quest is how can we give players on the mobile platform a chance to you know, pick up and play a game that also teaches them a little bit about the different hunters and their different abilities. So even though it's a different style of game, it also allows you the opportunity to learn why you know, why use a trapper. Make sure you use your medic to keep your guys healed. Match those medic tiles.
Right, because just like in the game of Evolve, where we've talked about combos, the OG combo being the Poon Trank Dome, of course, the Harpoon, the Mobile Arena, and Val's Trank. Combos are possible in Evolve Hunter's Quest as well. Absolutely. And that's what you're getting at there. Yes. So if you see one of your one of your hunter teammates about to be targeted by one of the wildlife, you can set harpoon traps to go off and affect that wildlife that's trying to attack your teammate. Also, based on those other abilities that the hunters have, you can set those up in a chain. Which will do massive damage to what you're facing.
Absolutely.
Very
we really
cool.
wanted to try to take the spirit of what is awesome about Evolve on the consoles and on PC and bring that same awesomeness to the mobile platform in a completely different game style, but something that we find you know, really enjoyable and fun.
What up, Sacriel? Thanks for watching the stream. Thanks for joining us. Shout out to the stream, the whole stream, and nothing but the whole stream. We love you guys. Thanks for watching. If you're just tuning in, this is the 2K Turtle Rock Studios Throwdown. This is the first series. It's a 4-game series where we see 2K's Hunter Squad facing Turtle Rock's Monster. And in this game, we're seeing a change-up, just like I anticipated, Coach. We're seeing Goliath from Brandon at Turtle Rock. That's the Gentleman Squirrel. And we're seeing a change, at least one change on the Hunter Squad. That's Abe at the Trapper.
Yep. That's, as I said, I had a feeling that Scott might change up to Abe. And I think that you know, Abe offers a completely different play style than Maggie. As you can see here, we can't use Daisy to help find Goliath in the early stages, but you've got Scott using the trank gun to put tracking darts into different wildlife in the world, so that later, there you go, you can see that the monster's now been highlighted, and it's going to be very easy for the hunters to stay on his tail for the remainder of the fight.
Yeah, nicely done by the Trapper to hit that, but tough breaks already early on for the hunters as support goes down. It's a strike on support early on.
Very unlucky.
Yeah, so they're a little bit spread out. This might not be an ideal dome, Coach. Not based on wildlife, but based on the surroundings. There's a lot of ground for the hunters to try and cover here. And there's also what appears to be a pit of acid, or pool of acid down below.
Yes, this map features is an acid environment. It features these pools that are detrimental to the hunters. I really feel like the hunter team did not coordinate, you know, weren't ready for this dome.
No, not at all. And that's actually something I've been discussing with Brandon in casual conversation regarding the game when we've been streaming and playing the game, and with also some of the Twitch partners. And oh wow, Wow. One of the things we were discussing is at some point, Coach, there's going to be some people that are so phenomenal with the meta of the mobile arena that they're going to know every single spot on the map where or where not to throw that mobile arena.
Exactly.
I'm really excited.
And they're going to make choices, and they're going to say, listen, if I don't have 2 or 3 of my party members with me at this time, this is not an ideal spot to do it. Meanwhile, in another location in the map, they might wait until, they might catch the monster out. They might choose to throw that dome because they know that in that area there's enough kind of hiding spaces. Enough areas where, say an able trapper playing as Maggie can set harpoon traps and then kind of wind their way through a cave system and keep the monster at bay while the team members catch up.
Yeah, you want to be able to dictate the fight, and they weren't able to do that.
No,
there.
not at all.
That fight was all in the monster's
hands. That was all
hands.
Brandon.
Yeah, and so at some point it's gonna come to where your trapper's literally gonna say, "Oh, I've thrown a trap here before, guys. It's not an ideal spot. Let's push forward. Let's maybe cloak with the supports group cloak." Sneak in on the monster and trap him in a more advantageous spot.
Absolutely.
I'm excited for that stuff. The meta of the game really coming out as these sort of more competitive environments are being thrown together.
And absolutely, you've got the psychology of the game at play here as well. You got these guys 3 games down.
Yeah.
You're definitely going to want to get one more game in here to see if they can eke out a win, so that we're not going with a full sweep here. But they've got to be feeling the pressure right now. Yeah,
Turtle Rock ready to bring out the brooms as they do in baseball stadiums all over the world. You remember that, huh, James? That said, they do have an opportunity to at least win one here, and then give Shaq an opportunity in his games as Monster. Spoiler alert, Shaq is going to be the 2K Monster in the follow-up 4-game series when we have Turtle Rock Hunters. And so he's going to be the Monster. And at that point, if they can pull out one win here, he has, he has less on his shoulders at that point.
But right now, these guys are set up to give it all to Shaq and put it all on his shoulders for the next time that we come back for the post-launch match, I think.
Yep. Also, one other thing I wanted to mention here on the stream is our stream next week is a very special pre-launch send-off stream, and we're going to have Amazon on as our special guests, and we're very excited at the content that Amazon's going to be bringing those of you out there, and they're going to be on the show sharing that with you while we share with them a really in-depth look at Evolve from the most high level to where we've seen the meta go so far. I'm really excited for that. And the special guest co-host on that show is going to be Jess Brohard. So very excited about that. Looking forward to that show. I know you are all as well.
Absolutely.
And we're going to be excited to bring it to you next week. It's actually going to be on Thursday, though, ladies and gentlemen. Set your clocks in your calendars. It will be Thursday at 3 p.m. instead of the regular Friday. We're going to have Amazon and Jess Brohard on the show. And Coach Boach, at this point, I'm rooting for my guys. I want to see them pull one game out here, but I'm also itching to get a few more match 3s, match 4s on that Hunter's Quest. That said,
your mind just keeps going back there, DB.
It does. It does. I'm excited to get back there. I want to get that mastery up so that when I jump in the game day 1, February 10th, I can apply it to my Hunters. And also, that said, there's another really cool feature in Evolve Hunter's Quest, and so many people, after seeing the game played on the stream, saw that round recap replay.
Yes.
It's the top-down replay of the map where you see the dots, the color-coded dots of the Hunters and the Monster running around. You see the mobile arenas being dropped. You see all these keys to what's going on or what went on in that match. And you can actually access that from Evolve Hunter's Quest. You can check out your replays from there. So cool.
Very cool.
And then you could save the ones you're really stoked about and rub it in your friend's face. I have a feeling, Coach Boach, that the Turtle Rock team is going to be saving these replays from today.
Absolutely.
Maybe even sending those videos over.
For bragging rights,
Yeah.
absolutely. I do feel like, and what I'm super excited about, DB, is the fact that anybody who participated in our open beta, they can go onto their version of Hunter's Quest right now. They can link up their My2K account, and they can view their replays from open beta right now.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. I was actually checking out some of my open beta replays earlier today, And the beauty of it is you get in there and you see the composition, you're like, oh, that looks pretty familiar. That was a Goliath and an Abe and a Val and a Cabot. And then I watched the replay, and it just brings me right back. I remember the game I was playing. I remember the strategy involved. I remember where, we succeeded or where we failed. Very cool stuff.
Very cool. Now, some really crazy strategies going on here. We've already seen a massive change-up on the Hunter side. We've got Scott James now playing as support. So they've actually not only changed characters, they brought Bucket into the mix, but they've even changed roles. We've got Andy now playing as Trapper and Scott playing support.
Wow, switching up roles, getting desperate here, I hate to say, at Game 4, but it is really important for them to try to pull out a game here, not only for pride, but also to give Shaq a chance.
A fighting chance,
yeah, a fighting
exactly.
chance. So here we're seeing Assault, still Nick on Assault, playing Markov, which is definitely a good choice here. He's going to be able to lay down mines when they get in the altercation. If they can bring Kraken down into those mines, it's going to do big damage. Also, that lightning gun has a really good range versus the Kraken.
Exactly, and the assault rifle, precision at range. Hyde unfortunately doesn't have as much ability to keep the attack up at a distance when going up against Kraken. Markov a lot better in doing that. Now they've also brought Caira into the mix. You can see they're using the acceleration field here to speed up the team and stay on Kraken's tail. And then Andy's chosen to brought Abe into the mix, and he's using that tracking dart to keep Kraken's whereabouts on the map well known to the hunters.
Yeah, nicely done so far by Brandon to evade them here. Even though he is tracked right now, he's flying pretty freely all over this map. We see the map popped up for a moment there by Assault, and he's heading down up into that northeast corner. They might have a good opportunity to trap him here and finally do some damage.
Yep. You've got Bucket using the UAV here to try to see if he can get a more precise... Oh, we've got stage 2 cocoon going now. Bucket's looking for the cocoon. There he sees him. He's getting that track in. And he's got him.
Yeah, nicely done by the Bucket. As Coach mentioned, we had a switch of roles. So this is Scott on Bucket. Trapper, that's... we have an Abe, right?
Yeah, it's Abe.
Yep.
Is, Andy's playing Abe.
Yeah.
So trying to get in close there.
And they got him right here. Let's see if they can get the dome on him. They do. And they just need to do damage right now,
Absolutely.
Coach.
Now, Abe, though, critical that he keep using those stasis grenades to keep Kraken on the ground. If he can't keep a constant barrage of those stasis grenades going, this dome fight is going to end pretty poorly for these guys. And already we've seen Trapper going down, so lack of coordination there.
Yeah, tough break for the Hunters. As the Trapper goes down, so does the mobile arena. The monster is free to roam. And they did get all of his armor down, but they didn't get to his health. And that's the name of the game when fighting the monsters. You need to do permanent damage to the monster's health.
Especially straight out of a cocoon, not being able to do the additional health damage is really unfortunate. What are these guys doing?
Bucket being focused, takes Aftershock. Even though he's got that cloak up, he's right in the view of the Kraken, and finally the Kraken backs off, not seeing him anymore. Looks like Assault's trying to push in, but there may be a sneak pounce waiting for him. That's always a possibility when fighting Brandon here.
Absolutely. You can see that Brandon is very bullish about getting some of those 3-meets in. He's not trying to get very far away from the hunters before he kills some wildlife and keeps his armor up. These hunters are doing a pretty good job of whittling down the armor, but they can't seem to get past that last tick of armor and start doing permanent damage to the health.
Yeah, it's tough. They are definitely chasing at this point. Chasing while on their heels, an interesting place to be. I do like Nick's work of using the jetpack to navigate those pods there. Always like to see when a hunter expertly navigates the environment with good use of the jetpack.
All right, so Trapper seems to be a lot closer to Kraken at this point. He's going to try to get a dome in. He's got a dome in, but again, if they can't keep Trapper alive, then Dome's going to go down, and Kraken's going to be on the loose again.
Yeah,
and Trapper is back now, and there goes that.
And with no Hank, that's the price you pay in that scenario there, is not having that shield. It looks like they get him up a cloak from support, but here the monster right now he really doesn't need to flee with some remaining armor. And really, 3 wins under his belt.
And we've got another wildlife situation going on here. We've got that Nomad in the mix, and the Nomad is definitely giving the Hunters some grief here. Once again, choice of dome location, not taking into account the location of the wildlife before really popping that dome. And when you're playing against a very advanced monster like this, he's going to use every advantage that he can to bring the fight back to the Hunters, because he knows that in any given matchup, the fight is as much his to win as it is the Hunters.
Yeah, indeed. Right now, it's definitely in his grasp, as they are just starting to whittle away at his health. So I'm interested to see how the long game is going to go here in this match, because even though they've had a hard time doing damage to his health so far, only one Hunter with actually support's out. So, Trapper is out. These guys did the old switcheroo on us, Coach, so a little confusing there for a second. But yeah, Trapper is out, so that's going to be strikes there and a strike on support. But Assault and Medic still hanging in there.
But he knows that he's got the advantage now with Trapper down. He's going to be able to use his precision ranged abilities to stay close enough to do damage, but also far enough away to harass the Hunters and keep whittling down their damage.
Yeah, he's doing great damage. He's really just trying to focus one down at a time very patiently, which he does there.
Yep, you've got Medic down. These Hunters are going to try to maybe split up. Let's see if they can do that. But
Banshee Mine's just riddling Assault.
Absolutely.
And no personal shield. Aftershock's going to put him down. And it's down to the support character Bucket here, whose cloak is out.
His cloak is out. He's got 30 seconds on the clock. He's got very little wildlife, and he's coming up on an Armadon.
Yeah, that's the last thing you want to see.
I can definitely see this going badly. Oh, I really feel like Brandon's just toying with him at this point, going up to stage 3. I don't think that he necessarily needed to do that. I think he's doing it purely for bragging rights, kind of rub it in these guys' face right now, and I do think that, if I had to be honest, DB, I think it's well deserved.
Yeah, no, it's definitely screen play by the monster so far. And I'm hoping that your boy, Shaq, as they like to say on the internet, can be just as successful and show what kind of monster skills we can bring here from 2K as well.
I do feel like, Shaq really knows a lot of the ins and outs of monster play. That said, if you take the level of skill and knowledge that Brandon is taking here into play here, multiply that by 4, you've got something of a sense of what the Turtle Rock top tier A team is going to bring into the mix when next we rematch. So Shaq is definitely going to have an uphill battle here.
Yeah, there's no reason to believe that the Hunter squad from Turtle Rock is going to be any less skillful and advanced and just supreme in their gameplay as Brandon is.
And certainly no more forgiving.
Monster. Absolutely. Especially because, as I mentioned earlier on the stream, Coach, is that the last win was a 2K win versus Brill at PAX Prime, and I feel like that's the last time I'm ever going to be able to mention that, so I'm going to go ahead and do it now, because this is going to be the new, now, reigning group.
Savor that opportunity. But I also, what I'm most excited about, DB, is the fact that that when this game launches, we're not going to be talking about Turtle Rock Studios or 2K,
right?
Except with regards to bringing great entertainment to Twitch, to YouTube, and to other places where Evolve is going to be played. But what we are going to be starting to talk about is, pro gamers and people who are passionate players.
Yep.
Stepping up and taking the fight to the breed of top hunters and top monster players.
Absolutely, and we've seen some of that already. You mentioned some of the formats coming out that we've seen. Like the one we're doing here is not necessarily the way it has to be or the way it's going to be. This is something we thought we wanted to try, so we're giving it a try. What I do like about this is, though, even though this could potentially be a 4-game sweep here, which I'm hoping it's not. I hope they pull it together and pull this one out. But if that's the case, they still have an opportunity to come back with the monster. Winner, winner, Hunters just demolished for an early, very early Thanksgiving dinner. Congratulations to the gentleman squirrel.
DB,
Brandon.
I think I'm gonna have to take my co-chair hat off to.
Oh, nicely done.
They are very well done, very
Yeah.
well played. As a monster player myself, I can definitely say that was expert play for both Kraken and Wraith, and he even brought some really solid Goliath in there as well. So
I love that he mixed it up. He showed that his monster skills aren't limited to one monster, as you mentioned. He really just mixed it up, and he showed advanced play from all three of those monsters.
Absolutely.
And for today, at least, it was too much for the 2K Hunters.
The
to
one
deal with.
thing that I was wondering about is why the Hunter team didn't decide to bring Lazarus into the mix. I thought that given the fact that strikes were coming easy and often from Brandon, that maybe by countering with Lazarus, who would be able to get a full revive with full health back, the team might have seen a little bit of a game change.
Sure. I mean, we did. That's a tough decision to make, right? Do you change your game plan? You go into it with a certain game plan, and then you have to adjust, obviously. We did see some drastic adjustments from them today, even switching roles in the last fight there. But, yeah, it wasn't enough. Maybe they'll go back upstairs. And, in fact, I feel like these guys are going to go back upstairs and they're going to play all night, and they're going to be ready for the next time we do this. And that said, though, thanks to everybody for watching. That's our 4-game Stage 1 series of 2K versus Turtle Rock live stream throwdown. What you watched today, or if you're just joining us, what you just missed was the 2K Hunters facing the Turtle Rock Monster. Next week, we will have Amazon and Jess Brohard on the show with our pre-launch extravaganza, which I'm very excited about. And then potentially the following week after that will be Stage 2 of the live stream throwdown, where we will feature Turtle Rock Hunter Team versus your boy Shaq, representing 2K on the Monsters. If Shaq pulls out a miracle and wins all 4 games, we will go to a best-of-3 scenario, which I would be just as excited for as well. So thanks everybody for watching. Thank you so much, Coach Boach, for being on the show today. Very cool hearing your insight on how you see the game working because of your involvement and your expertise and your experience that you have. I was excited for you to come on and share that with everybody.
Absolutely,
today.
I'm super excited to talk to the fans, talk to the community about Evolve. You know, hopefully I'll get a chance to come back in the future and talk to you about additional Evolve strategies and hopefully some cool new stuff that we'll be working on as well.
Absolutely. And while you're waiting for Evolve February 10th, go pick up Evolve Hunter's Quest. It's available on iOS, Android, and Windows devices. You can get a jump start on your mastery while playing a very cool Match 3 game where Coach Boach described earlier. You're able to actually form some hunter strategies in that app before you take those strategies to the main game. And we're very excited for that as well. So thanks again for watching the stream. On behalf of 2K and Turtle Rock Studios, I'm DB Sinclair. That's Coach Boach. And we're out. See you next week.